ladies, welcome back. I just want to do a quick video giving you guys 10 tips that help me throughout this transition that I am on to become natural. So stay tuned to see my tips, and I hope you guys enjoy. Okay, my first tip is to not set a time frame, but to set mini goals. A lot of girls will say, oh, I'm going to transition for a year or 2 years, but they end up doing the big chop 6 months into their transition. So that's why I say don't set long goals, because sometimes it can make you feel defeated. If you're really wanting to big chop at 6 months, but you told yourself and you told everyone around you were going to go for a year, it sucks when you go 6 months and you're like, man, maybe I could have made it to that year. So it kind of makes you feel defeated. So set mini goals. Like say, okay, I'm going to transition for 2 more months. And then when those 2 months go by, 2 more months. Like that until it adds up. Because at first, when you're transitioning, it's easy. And it seems like a year is going to blow by. Especially if you're using protective styles like sew-ins and braids and stuff like that. Because that's how it was with me. But set mini goals because it'll be really helpful. Number 2, find a style that works for you. Find your go-to style. Because as you get more into your transition, it's going to be harder to take care of your hair, 1. And then 2, it's more time consuming. So find that go-to style that if you're in a rush in the mornings, you can do it. Because I know like when I was just completely relaxed, my go-to style was a ponytail. If I didn't have time, I slicked it back and put in a ponytail. Now I can't do that so much because I have so much new growth. So pretty much my go-to style would be a braid out or a twist out. I do it that night, get up the next morning, and let it out, or some kind of updo. Tip number 3 is to detangle your hair when it's wet. Never to detangle your hair when it's dry. I know back when you were relaxed, it's easier to just comb through, and early on into your transition, you will find that you can still do that, but as you get further along, that will not be possible. You will have to wet your hair. So I would suggest you getting a little spray bottle, so whenever you're styling, you can and spray as you go, or mixing some leave-in with some water in a spray bottle. But I just use water. I don't know why I can't talk, guys. Tip number 4 goes along with tip number 3. Always moisturize your hair. Keep your hair moisturized, because that's when it's going to be the easiest to manage. If you have dry hair, you're going to see breakage. It's going to be harder to comb through, and it's going to hurt. So definitely keep your hair moisturized. Keep that new growth nice and soft with a good moisturizer or leave-in conditioner, whichever one you prefer. Tip number 5 is to deep condition your hair. Try to deep condition your hair every single week. This helps seal in moisture, and a lot of people, I know, they'll wear their protective styles for a week and not touch their hair. And then, at the end of the week when it's wash day, they detangle. So make sure that you are deep conditioning so that way your hair can replenish all the moisture that it lost during the days you were stretching out your twist out or braid out or whatever protective style you have. Tip number 6. Keep your hair and your scalp clean. A dirty scalp does not promote growth at all. So make sure that you are getting in there and cleaning your scalp. I know once you get a lot of new growth, it's kind of hard to get in there. And what I suggest is parting your hair into 4 sections like that. Washing each section as you go, just to make sure that your scalp is clear. There is no buildup, because you can tend to get a lot of buildup from, when you are doing your twist outs and braid outs and using moisturizer, leave-in, and all the oils that you put in to keep your hair soft. Tip number 7 is to avoid too much heat. I'm not against using heat on your hair because I use it on mine. I don't use it as often, but I do use it, so I'm definitely not against it. But try not to always go to flat ironing your new growth to make it blend with your relaxed hair, because it's not good. It messes up your curl pattern. You can get a lot of heat damage, and by the time you decide to go 100% natural, your hair will be out of whack from all that heat damage. So try not to use as much heat. Tip number 8 is to protect your edges. I know a lot of people are tempted to force their hair back into that ponytail and slick those edges down. But while you're slicking down your edges, be mindful of the products that you're using. Use a moisturizing product, something like an edge control product. Those are very moisturizing for your edges, so you can just put it on there and slick it back. Be aware of the gels that you're using if you're using gels, and how tight you're styling your hair, because all of that can thin out your edges, and you don't want that. You don't want to, rock your nice afro and then your hairline is way back here. Tip number 9 is to cut your hair frequently. Get trims, because this will help you go through your process a lot faster, I want to say. Well, maybe not faster as in growth, but faster as in getting 100% natural without the big chop. If you trim your hair frequently, I know I would say trim it more than you grow. So trim off maybe an inch or so a month, because we grow about a half an inch. So yeah, trim off an inch or so a month, so that way your relaxed hair is gradually getting shorter, while your natural hair is getting longer, and it'll be easier to manage with less relaxed hair. Tip number 10, my very last tip, is to be gentle with your hair. Remember that your hair is very fragile right now, so you don't want to be too rough with it or anything like that. And all in all, just love your hair. Give it lots of love, lots of attention, and you'll love the end result. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful to some of you out there, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!